If you work all the time, you're going to burn out. You are what you feel. If you haven't realized it by now, your emotions are contagious. It can either make or break people around you because of it. How many times have you seen a grumpy worker suddenly sink the mood of a room full of people simply just by being in it? Hard truth is, hustle culture leads to burnout. I'm Daisy Callanta, HR practitioner and consultant for more than 20 years, an author, mentor, and international speaker and facilitator. This is Breaktime Breakthrough. As HR practitioners, our primary care is to be on the lookout to protect our employees from hustle culture. Great! I can't argue with that. But it's also easier said than done. Anyone who started their own business or has been in a high-pressure role knows that. Yet despite our best intentions, it seems there is no way around it. What is the role of HR on workplace productivity? HR has evolved so fast in many years that organizations now realize the value of the work we do. They even now call HR practitioners as HR business partners. Most often, organizations are so focused on having the best materials, the latest technology, the most awesome product, the newest innovations, and the coolest working spaces. But all these things are really quite meaningless without the core of your business, your employees. It is critical for HR to know how to look for signs when hustle culture at work becomes a norm. Understanding what helps and what hinders productivity is of paramount importance. As the saying goes, your business is only good as your employees. So it makes total sense that poorly motivated and uninspired people directly affect the overall performance of any company. What is hustle culture at work? The grind never stops, a common phrase among the younger working generations in the last few years. The grind refers to the hustling in the workplace. Employers have given employees the wrongful mindset that only those who work long hours of hard work will be successful and would be widely celebrated within the organization. Is this hustle culture at work turning toxic and actually hindering productivity? Well, notice signs. This mindset of constantly overworking employees to the point of exhaustion has created a culture of competition, materialism, and unfulfillment. Number 1. Hustle culture breeds a toxic sense of competition among employees. The idea that the longer you work, the more successful you'll be is unrealistic. While healthy competition can motivate employees to do better, if they are taught that hustling is the way to earn promotions and get better opportunities, competition will turn into rivalries as workers attempt to hustle harder than each other. This culture can even hamper the company's overall productivity. Number 2, hustle culture leads to burnout. Increased stress levels lead to reduced professional productivity. The World Health Organization defines burnout as a syndrome conceptualized as resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. If people are calm and less stressed, they experience improved productivity. So when workers are in a constant state of stress because of hustle culture, they are actually paradoxically impairing their productivity. An increased workload and the expectation to become extremely successful will inevitably lead to burnout. To produce quality work, employees must achieve personal satisfaction rather than just increase in workload. Number 3, the hustle puts value in people who works non-stop. This mindset is not sustainable, insinuating that someone who rests is less than someone who burns the midnight oil at work is toxic. This culture creates the assumption that the only value we have as human beings is our productivity capability and ability to make money. We must not measure our self-worth by the amount of time we spend working. Being productive does not equate to long hours. On the contrary, to be productive in the business, we must know when to stop. Knowing when to stop to take rest without feeling guilty is essential to mental health. This gift is rarely experienced by someone with toxic productivity. Number 4, people need work-life balance, which hustle culture does not allow. In order to keep a balanced work-life schedule, work cannot overrule your downtime and home life. There needs to be a separation of when you work and when you relax. Just don't forget to relax. Workers are stressed from internal and external pressures such as deadlines, work demands, and pleasing colleagues or family and friends. People, especially their employers, should take into consideration their mental and physical limits, set boundaries, and put their well-being as a priority. Hustle culture sets up unsustainable expectations, encourages an unhealthy lifestyle, and promotes unhealthy competition and burnout. Take care of yourself, both mentally and physically. Working yourself to death should not be a trend, the norm, or the goal. How do we balance work and life? The more we think about work-life balance, the more we find it unachievable and elusive. For many of us, we know there are lots of times in life when balance goes out of the window. It's not ideal, but it can't be helped. When thinking about what work-life balance means, most of us envision equalizing a seesaw with work on one side and the rest of your life on the other side. We think that we're supposed to equalize both sides by focusing on the amount of time spent on each side of the seesaw. That's why we often hear about solutions revolving around managing your time, strategic productivity hacks, to be more productive with your time, and creating a more flexible work schedule so that you can spend more time at home even if working. But there's just one problem. Time isn't the real problem. And you can't balance your life in the way that the seesaw image suggests. This is why there are so many work-life balance seekers that never manage to find it. The good news is that you can stop obsessing over time and can banish the seesaw image once and for all. Choose work-life balance over hustle culture. It's a choice. It doesn't mean that most people are doing it, that you have to do it. Hustle culture is not your only option. God has given us free will to choose to make a bigger impact at work and in the world by striving for significance over success, but without sacrificing your personal health or happiness for it. Number 2, know what is more important in your life. Prioritizing what's important to you, including self-care without guilt, shame, or apology. Being present in the moment with actual space to think. 3, have the courage to make tough choices. It will not be easy, but we have to set strong boundaries and non-negotiables that you feel good about enforcing. 4, the willingness to simplify life. The first step is in letting go of trying or having it all. This means that work-life balance is really about feeling content in who you are and the decisions that you're making. It begins with your mindset. Real balance brings happiness and fulfillment. One of the biggest reasons why real balance between work and life is important, even imperative, is for your own happiness and fulfillment. It is about feeling good about yourself and being able to freely choose your career path. Both are keys in creating happiness for yourself and bringing purpose to your life. Take the time to think about the reasons why work-life balance is important for you. If career success is important to you, and you believe that balance is synonymous to success, then work-life balance will make you more, not less successful. There is a misconception that balance doesn't work for those who want to be successful. That's not entirely true. This common misconception is based on the idea that work-life balance is about settling for less. Wrong. Work-life balance is a choice to create a life of success on your own terms. Prioritizing and focusing on what's important to you. Ensuring your own well-being, thereby enabling you to serve others to the best of your ability. Isn't that what true success is? Besides, a balanced lifestyle makes you more well-rounded, a more creative thinker, and more productive. And that means you'll have more ability for success and significance in both your personal and professional life. I hope you enjoyed the episode today. Don't forget to follow Plus Network on all social media channels to get edutaining content and more. Also, Jesus Hugs Ministries in all social media channels. See you!